What's up YouTube, NCG here, bringing you a budget Pendulum Magician deck build. Now by budget I mean it's very cheap because all of the Magician cards that came out in Pendulum Evolution and the reprints are all very cheap. Ultras are about £1 to £1.50, sorry, £1 to £2, and the Supers are about 50p to £1. So there's no excuse why you can't build this deck for dirt cheap. Extra deck again is also very cheap because Supreme King Zarks, last time I checked, was about £3 each, and then the rest of the cards in here are all kind of staple rank 4s that are been reprinted 101 times. So without further ado, I'm going to crack straight into it and you can see what this deck has. So we start off with triple Astrograph Sorcerer. This is your card into Zark. It's very good, very easy to get into Zark, especially with all the other cards you play. Triple Black Fang Magician. Now this is one of the new magicians. This is the Dark Rebellion XYZ Magician. Once per turn, you target one face-up monster your opponent controls. His attack becomes half its current attack until the end of this turn, then destroy this card. And then its monster effect is, if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can target one dark spellcaster type monster in your graveyard and special summon it. Triple Purple Poison Magician. Again, once per turn, its Pendulum Scale is, if your dark spellcaster type monster before damage calculation, you can activate this card effect. This monster gains 1200 attack until the end of the damage step, and then destroy this card. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can target one face-up card on the field and destroy it. Triple Double Iris Magician. Pendulum effect is once per turn, you can target one dark spellcaster type monster you control. Apply this effect until it's and then destroy this card. Sorry. Once applied, double any battle damage that monster inflicts to your opponent this turn if it battles an opponent's monster. Really weirdly worded. Monster effect. If this card is destroyed by a battle or card effect, you can add one Pendulum Graph card from your deck to your hand. And then we play Triple Harmonizing Magician. This card is basically your one card level 8 synchro or rank 4 play. When it's special summoned from a hand, you special summon another level 4 magician. I believe it's Dark Spellcaster. Let me just double check. When this card is special summoned from your hand, you can special summon one magician pendulum monster from your deck in defense position, except itself. So yeah, it can pretty much summon out Astrograph if you want, but its effects are negated and it gets banished when it leaves the field. So, and then we play one White Wing Magician Girl. So obviously this is the so purple is Venom Dragon, Iris is Odd Eyes, and this is Clearwing. This card isn't as good as the rest, which is why you don't play it as free. So once per turn, when an activated card or effect resolves that targets a dark spellcaster type monster you control, negate that effect, then destroy this card. If this Pendulum Summon card is used for a Synchro Summon, banish it. Then we play Triple Wisdom Eye Magician, Triple Performer Power Skullcrobat Joker, one Luster Pendulum the Draco Slayer, and then probably one of the cheapest yet very best hand traps is double Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, and then we wrap it up with a single Max C. So that's it for the monsters. A very nice lineup. Now I will mention quickly before we get into the spells is you can play, if you want to, Allure of Darkness in this deck, because there are cards that recycle some of your banished cards in this deck, and you do play a heck of a lot of darks. So we play Triple Duelist Alliance. The reason we play Triple Duelist Alliance is because this can search out your Luster Pendulum. It can also search out your Pendulum Core, which is one of your most important cards in the deck, plus both your Pendulum Graphs cards. Speaking of which, we play Triple Pendulum Call. Again, insane card, and it works massively well with this, one of the Magicians, and a Pendulum Graph card, because you use Time Pendulum Graph to pop basically 2 cards. Double Star Pendulum Graph. Now this basically, your opponent cannot target spellcaster type monsters you control with spell cards or effects. If a face-up Magician Pendulum Monster card leaves your Monster Zone or Pendulum Zone, add one Magician Pendulum Monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use the effect once per turn. One Dark Hole, obviously budget, you want to keep it as cheap as you can. This can easily be a Regeki. And then onto the traps, we play Double Time Pendulum Graph. Again, like I said, it's searchable, and this card is awesome. So your opponent cannot target spellcaster type monsters you control with trap cards or effects. You can only use the following effect of Time Pendulum Graph once per turn. You can target one Magician Pendulum Monster card in your Monster Zone or Pendulum Zone and one card your opponent controls. Destroy them. Then, if this effect did not destroy 2 cards, you can send 1 card from the field to the graveyard. So, it is a non-targeting pop after that, purely because once you've activated your Pendulum Call, you target one of your scales, your scale can't be destroyed, so this then gets to pop one of your opponent's monsters and then send another. And then we finish it off with double Lost Winds and a single Solemn Warning. Now, Lost Winds is basically the cheap replacement for Solemn Strikes or D-Barriers, whichever you prefer. Now, moving on to the extra deck. We play double Supreme King Zark, and it is very, very easy to make this card. All you basically require is this guy, and then one of each of the new Pendulum monsters, Pendulum Magician, sorry, in either your graveyard, hand, or field. Then, because we play we can easily get into level 8 synchros. We play Stardust Dragon, Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend, Ignista Provenance, and Void Ogre Dragon. Now we're purely playing these four because they are the cheaper variants. You could take out Void Ogre for your builds if you want to, and if you have the money to put back into the deck. This is just to try and keep it as budget friendly and competitive as possible. Now onto the rank 4 engine, playing number 103 Ragnar Zero, purely because with Diagram, it's quite useful against Dracos unless they're being made unaffected by monster effects, because purely you can just go Ragnar Zero, detach, pop as soon as they hit the field, and then draw a card. One Gargoyle Samurai, again a budget option. These can be the Lightning package if you want, or Dryden and Broad Ball, whichever kind of rank 4 package you want to go with. But Gargoyle's just there to help push for games. Double Time Star Magician, now this is the new card. This requires 2 level 4 Magician Pendulum monsters, must first be XYZ summoned with the above materials. Once per turn you detach one material from this card, add to your hand one Dark Spellcast type monster from your deck, graveyard, or face up from your extra deck. Once per turn, if a Pendulum monster or cards in your monster zone or Pendulum zone would be destroyed by a battle or card effect, you can send one Spellcast type monster from your deck to the graveyard instead. So it's a nice protection for your scales and monsters. And again, he helps combo off with the trap card. Double Perform Ace Trapeze Magician. I really, really like this card, and it's nice that it's going to be used a bit more. Again, you can bump this down to 1 if you want. It's just the budget version. Abyss Dweller. Evil Swarm Nightmare, because you do play loads and loads of Dart, and he can be massively helpful in the mirror match. So for those of you who don't know what he does, when your opponent special summons a monster or monsters, except during the damage step, you can detach 1 Xyz from this card, change that special summon monster or monsters to face down defense position. So he's basically a Book of Moon for a Pendulum summon. And then Castel the Sky Blaster, again, so you can take out one of these for Tornado Dragon as well if you want to. So that is it. That is it for the deck. It's as cheap as we can possibly make it. Obviously, you probably could find some other corners to cut with this, but I wanted to keep this as competitive and as full powered as I possibly could. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and until next time, guys, see ya.